So you own a Stihl FS 56. Great trimmer, great for around your property. Today we're going to look at what you need to know to get the most out of it, avoid the frustrations, avoid the things that are going to really piss you off when you mess them up. So real quick, let's talk about gas and oil and fuel and all that stuff. That's one of the most important things. I hit this in all my videos. It's like repetitive. It's kind of like when my mom was telling me stuff when I was a kid, like, Mom, I got it, I got it, I got it. But I'm trying to save you from the pain of having to replace a carburetor or not have a machine start. So let's start with fuel. We got a couple things. We can run Stihl Ultra with a gallon of gas, ethanol-free gas, of course, always ethanol-free. So this is mix, right? This is a two-cycle machine. So I'm not gonna go and put straight gas in and oil somewhere else. I'm always gonna mix my fuel. HP Ultra, gallon, ethanol-free. If I don't have ethanol-free fuel, I'm gonna have to get a Band-Aid. I'm gonna pick up some Startron. This is a fuel treatment that avoids the ethanol problems or assists in avoiding the ethanol problems. The ultimate, it actually works out well because this machine for a lot of people is only gonna see, 20 minutes a week worth of use. So you're gonna go through a couple of these a year. You may wanna check out the Stihl Moto Mix. This stuff is awesome. It's 93 octane. It's got a 2-year shelf life. It runs better, it stores better. So either run this all the time or run this when it's, or put it in, not run it, when you're gonna hibernate. When this thing goes away for the winter, when it goes to sleep for the winter, this is what I wanna see in the tank. All right, we've covered the fuel. I beat that up all the time, but it's really to kind of just protect you from the problems. It's gonna come with a shoulder strap. That's gonna hook right here. Just help keep it a little more comfortable so you're not holding it all on your arms. Let's talk about some safety. These sweet safety glasses that come with it. Hey, we got to protect our eyes. Nothing worse than getting a rock in the eye, not being able to see for a few days. So whether it's the ones that came with it or some better looking cool safety glasses. And the other thing I like is the Stihl Brush Defender. It's protecting my ears and really my whole face. Because even though my eyes are protected, just taking a rock in like the nostril, oh, that hurts. Or maybe a tooth. I smile when I weed eat. I don't know what you got. I love weed eating. And I'm out there and I'm smiling. I get hit by a rock in the tooth. That hurts. So I started wearing this thing. Protects my whole face, keeps the slug slime or the dog poop off of my face, and protects my ears. Okay, safety's covered. Let's talk about how to start this machine. It is always ready to go. It's got a momentary kill switch. When I let go, it's ready to run again. My primer's hiding, not really hiding, but it's sitting right here. I'm gonna give this 4 or 5 pumps. I can't flood it. I could prime this all day long, it won't hurt. But 4 or 5 pumps seems to get that fuel up and ready to go. And in my choke is right here in the front, and I push in and I rotate up. I think that's counterclockwise, if I'm thinking about it the right way. And this has Stihl's Easy Start system. So I don't rip this rope, I simply pull the rope. If I rip this rope, I'll hit the end of the starter rope pretty easily. So I want to make sure that I just give it an easy pull. That's kind of nice. Notice that when I pull the trigger, put the choke on again, when I pull this trigger, it shuts the choke off. You heard that click? That's shutting the choke off. So make sure when you hold the handle to pull the rope that you don't hit the trigger. Okay, this is adjustable. This is something I see some people will move it down or up a little bit based on their operator height to make it comfortable to use. This gearbox requires no maintenance. This features Stihl's AutoCut 26-2C or C26-2, which is a head you can actually fill from the outside. If you and this bump head don't get along, there are options. For example, we have the DuroCut 20-2 head here that uses these pre-cut strips of trimmer line. It simply slides in, locks in place, and then from the bottom, I can pull it out and replace it really easy. Pretty slick head, makes life simple, especially if you're out doing some heavier work. How do I put that on? How do I change heads on my Stihl trimmer? There's a little pinhole right here on the gearbox. It's probably covered in grass because you've been using this and it's all green and nasty and you can't see it, but it's there. Put this pin in, hold down on it, rotate, and you hear that lock? Now that head is locked and I rotate it, it's reverse thread, so it's clockwise to loosen the head. This whole head is gonna spin off, and I grab my new head and it's just gonna spin right on. Make sure that this stays in place and make sure that you put it on the right way. So this goes up, goes into the gearbox. If If you do it the other way, what happens is I have nothing for this pin to lock onto. Does that make sense? So I'll see people actually put their head back on without that spacer in there. And now when I want to take it off, there's nothing to lock onto. It also jams up tight and it won't even allow the gearbox to spin. This is an important piece. So just put that aside. We can help you undo it if you screw it up. It's not the end of the world, but it's also something you don't want to have to go through. This runs a cable from head to toe, so I highly, highly, highly recommend that you only run a line head. You don't get into anything with a metal blade that is not forgiving when you hit something hard. Maintenance on the engine end. You have an air filter right here. One little screw is going to take it off. It's going to be a foam felt combo filter. Hey, let's take a look at it. You know, instead of me just saying it, let's take a look and see what this looks like. Spin it a few times. This is something that gets ignored, and generally it doesn't get too dirty, but you know, you might as well take a look at it. Probably as a homeowner once a year. You can see my filter right there. You can wash it. It's very dense. It's going to take quite a while to dry out. Maybe you just want to throw a new one in. They're less than $5. Pretty simple there. We talked about the good fuel, the good oil. That's a key. That's going to avoid a lot of problems. You have a spark plug right here on the top. I'm using the tool that came with the machine, so you'll have everything you need to take it apart and put it back together. And then probably, aside from fuel problems, the next biggest thing I see on trimmers is a plugged exhaust. There's a little screen right down in there. You can see it on the muffler. It's kind of a pain to get to, actually. You kind of want to take off this rear orange cover to get there, and you can pull it out. But running this machine at kind of half throttle, quarter throttle, I'm not burning it hot enough to really burn off that oil well. And over time, that oil will plug up. It'll create almost like a tar on that screen, and this thing cannot exhaust, and it just sounds really weak, lethargic, can't rev up, bloated. So if you have that sound going on with your trimmer, it's potential that you have a plugged exhaust. So best advice is run this baby hard, run it hard. The other thing that causes a plugged exhaust, there's several things. One is poor fuel mix. Second is not revving it, running it hard enough. The other is, you know, a lot of people like to take this guard, this deflector off. I don't know why. I prefer not to get pelted with crap when I'm out there weed eating. But with this deflector off, I have no control over how long this trimmer line is. And if that trimmer line is getting out into here, it's, you know, 8, 9 inches long, this engine can't hit full RPMs and burn off as well as it should. So keep that deflector on. It's not only a safety thing, but it's an engine performance and life thing. And of course, you got your owner's manual, model and serial and date of purchase. You have a 2-year warranty. We registered it for you. As a homeowner, you actually probably purchased some Moto Mix or some oil with it to actually double your warranty. So now you got a 4-year warranty. We took care of that at Carl's Mower and Saw. You open it up. You've got your owner's manual for the machine, a safety manual. What else do you need to know? The Stihl FS 56, a great trimmer for your property. Carl's Mower and Saw is happy to help you get the most out of your machine. Hey, this is Josh from Carl's Mower and Saw. Thanks for watching our videos. We're proud of the fact that we've been serving you with the best in outdoor power equipment since 1990. We're glad that you had an opportunity to sit down, watch our videos, learn something about an exciting new product that we have, something that interests you for your property, or really how to use your equipment to the best of its ability. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, whether it's on Instagram or YouTube. We're excited to share more information with you. See you soon.